I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh, ugh.
Hello. How are you all? Alright. I was running around, so I apologize for the delay. It was just one of those mornings, you know? Let me record your votes. Where? Hello? There we go. Okay, wait. First of all, let me mute Twitch so I'm not hearing myself. And let me see who got first, second, and third, because I don't even know. Oh, and Nat resubbed. Thank you so much for 65 months. I have to make you a star. I literally, like, clicked go live, and then I ran out of the room for a minute. Oh my god. So, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if she, like, peed and got some litter on her, or, this morning I accidentally dropped Pippin's food bowl, and, wet food went everywhere. So I don't know if she maybe sat in some wet food and then got wet food stuck to her. I don't know. But I sat down to write James the letter on the bed, and I was just sitting there writing, and Pippin jumped up to sit with me, and I was like, that's fine. Except that it turns out she had litter stuck to her. And it was pee-pee smelling. And she then walked... I didn't realize she was, like, leaving tiny little bits of, like, gross-smelling litter everywhere she went. So the bed she slept in this morning in the living room while I was eating breakfast. My bed with my temperature blanket on it. So then I had to wash everything, I had to vacuum everything, I had to spray everything down. She ended up getting her fur trimmed, and her nails done. Like, I ended up, like, not actually doing anything that I planned this morning, because as soon as I make a plan, these animals are like, you wanted to do something? Alright. So, you know, it was one of those mornings. Pen. Alright, let's see here. Smoothie says A. AC says latch hook. And who was third? Nat. Nat says C as well. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's the last day of March. Thank goodness. It feels really weird, honestly. This month has been never ending. Yeah. But, like, also, what the hell do you mean that it's been a month since Patch was here? Because, like, that doesn't make any sense. So, I don't really know. Let's make Nat's paper star. I also have a scrapbook that I need to add some pages to, and I didn't know if that's something that y'all would be interested in seeing, like how that works. It won't take very long. I had to get more of these little post things, though. Thank you for the lurk work. Lurk. Yeah. The pharmacist couldn't hear. I hope that they call you back, Smoothie. That's the worst. That's the worst when you're waiting for the call and then they call and it, yeah. Oh, and also how did the puppy turn out? This month is trying to outrun January. Seriously. Also work, no worries, Calliope. It's a free pattern. It's still the command. If you do !pattern in chat, it'll pull up a link. So yeah, he's just a little guy. Also, Pippin doesn't like the cat tree right now because she also climbed onto the cat tree and that smelled then. So I had to spray that down too. So she doesn't want to go up there. So yep. I also just realized that it's Tuesday, which means that it's garbage night. Emily, did I understand correctly in Finch? Is today your birthday? Hold on, she's trying to eat hearty soup. Yes, ma'am. Hi, that's not yours. That's not yours. Let me move this. All right. Yesterday, happy birthday. I hope that you had a really nice day. Pretend that says yesterday. It was good. I'm glad. Okay. There is Nat's Paper Star. Thank you for the resub. Boop. All right. Really quickly, we'll swap out we'll fix the scrapbook. And then this is my cat scrapbook that I got to talk about all of my TNRs. And I got more pages because it only came with 10 pages. So I figure we can just really quickly swap them out. Now, you know what was weird? I bought more scrapbook pages. And normally when you buy scrapbook pages, they know that you're going to need extenders. And they didn't give me any. So I had to buy extenders. Damn, that's on there tight. That was the first time I've ever had that where like they weren't included. If you were the quarter that was on my desk, where would you have gone? So, scrapbooks, a lot of them have like this nice little fold here. When you open them, there's this little like post system that goes through all the scrapbook pages and holds them together, and then you tighten it. And because of the way that it's designed, you can expand them, where you can get more of the little pegs underneath that thing over there, probably. Beep, bing. Cut the smaller sheets too. I had to take some screws. Yeah. So anyway, you can do things like this and make them bigger by like attaching multiple posts together. But again, the refill pages that I got did not have more of these posts. So I ended up buying a bunch. Where? Okay. Normally I use like a quarter to loosen the screws because of like the way that they're designed. I don't even know if I have another quarter. Other coins work too. Quarters are just better to like grab. Let me go grab another coin. Hang on. Also, I don't know why we keep sniffing over here, so I'm just spraying it. I'm paranoid about my cats right now. Corners, where are you? Hey, chat, I'll be right back. I just wanted to give you my 2 cents. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, so I was using the back of the tweezers, but I needed something to grab the other side. Because it was spinning. So when they're both spinning, if you get like a thing on a coin on either side. There we go. Are you still spinning over here? Why? Oh my god, this post. Goodness. All right. And now the whole book is in pieces. Okay. That's where my quarter went, by the way. Where'd my pen? There it is. Where'd my penny go? Okay. So one tip. Make sure that your pages are all facing the same way. Because there's nothing quite as terrible as doing all of this. Getting it all like set up. And then realizing that your pages... Oh no, I still haven't found the quarter. I did just throw the penny on the floor though. Alright. And then, what I usually do, I will take this. That's already bigger, so... No. Well, I mean, I did, but like as a joke, like that my quarter went flying and I lost it. Not that I actually found it. Did you hear that sound? I found my quarter. I found the quarter. Wait, hold on, I'm putting these in backwards. Anyway. And then you're going to want to put your pages, make sure the screws are through the book first. The prophecy came true. It's true. And then you can kind of see as you go, like I will need an extender just based on how many pages are left. So I'm going to add it now. I wish that they had like different sized extenders sometimes because like I don't need that much. But the other thing to remember with scrapbooking is that your pages are also going to have stuff in them. So you want to leave a little bit of extra room for like the pages to expand, if that makes sense. Otherwise, if you make it like too snug, you don't really have like, it'll end up being like snug at the spine and then loose out at the sides, if that makes any sense. Make sure you're putting your book together the right way, too. I put this backwards. It's been a day! Right? Because this is gonna sit like this. It's been a day.
I found my people.
Thanks for that follow. Welcome in. The way that this is like, you shoulda just... Shh, no one sees anything. You also want to make sure that you have all your parts back together. I'm just showing you guys what not to do so you'll be like a professional when you actually go to do it. Like, make sure that you put the spine bit on and the little cardboard spacer. Okay, are you all taking notes? It is. I have not done a scrapbook since my honeymoon. And that was 11 years ago. So, and that, yeah. Hey, look at that. Perfect. Nailed it. First freaking try. Okay? So then you have your spine on, and then you take your book and you plop that back on. And then you take your little screw guys again. And then you just add those. And then you can tighten them if you feel like you need to. The same way that you loosen them. I probably won't, just in case I need to adjust this anymore. And then you fold your little leather bits back. Ta-da! So now you can see what I mean about how, like, the post will give me a little bit more room, because, like, when the pages are full, it'll probably be closer to, like, being like that with, like, pictures and stuff. I might even... See, I really do. I need, like, a half size for these spacers. Like, if they had, like, a half one, that's really what I need. But the nice thing is that... Hold on, look at this. I'm literally... I'm leaving my pennies in here for next time. The nice thing is that I can always adjust them. So if I'm like, actually, this did end up being too big and I only need one... Like, I only need the longer pegs. I don't need the spacer. I can just take the spacers out. Okay. And I got pretty got pretty, it's like watercolor paper to use. Which is like taped and sealed. That's a little bit much. So hang on. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. There's lots of pretty, like, pastel-y kinds of colors. And then those will be the backs. For all of these pictures. And then this will be nice because this book is bigger, so there'll be room to add like notes about each cat instead of trying to fit it in here. The whole reason that I ended up going with a slightly larger one was because originally I was thinking I was going to have 2 pages like per cat, if you will. And with the bigger one, I think I can do 1 page, which will be nice. The only thing that's kind of a bummer is that it didn't have a little photo window in the front, because I printed up this picture because I really loved it. This was me and Soot Sprite sitting outside the vet waiting for, or the shelter waiting for it to open. And it was like 8 in the morning and the sun's coming up, and I just thought it was so pretty. Like I'm sitting in the back of my truck and I just loved it. But there's no picture spot. So it'll have to be like on the first page instead. That's fine. So I got pretty watercolor paper. And then y'all, when I went to Michael's and look at the sticker book I found. It's a big one. It's got nice 369 pieces. You couldn't have fit one more to make it 370. Anyway, it's got a bunch of kitty stickers, which I just thought would be perfect for the scrapbook. So, how is he? He's doing good. He's available for adoption. I have not checked his page yet today. Let me look. Let me see. He's still there. They did say that he is vision impaired. I wasn't sure if you were here when we talked about that. So it was absolutely like the right call to bring him in. But he's also just like a super sweet guy. And yeah. I also, because I ended up getting pictures of Tigger, and I have pictures of Gandalf from his family, and obviously pictures of my cats. And that so far is 6 out of 6 cats that I've gotten pictures of them post TNR. I worked on something on Canva. Yeah, they guessed him to be about 2. And I'll update, possibly his, like, some of Soot's pictures. But I made a film strip on Canva so that I can put their pictures, and then I can print it and I can like stick it on like so like they'll have their main big photo, and then they'll have like a little film strip of like their other pictures of them afterwards, and like look at Look at Tigger! So if you missed it, Tigger is in foster right now because he has to wait for his quarantine period to be over because I have to keep an eye on him with his wounds to make sure he doesn't, have anything going on. So when his quarantine period is over, he'll be available for adoption, but he still has some time to go. And they are doing a sleepover event at the shelter, right? Like to raise money and stuff like that. And so some of the animals ended up being photographed for the sleepover promotion. And he was one of them. He's in piggy pajamas. Like, you all know that is a patient cat. To be like, yeah, this is fine. You can put me in pajamas. Like, if a cat doesn't want to be in pajamas, a cat's not going to be in pajamas, So this is Tigger on the left, and then this is Soot Sprite, who just got brought over. And I visited Soot Sprite after his surgery, and he was so sweet and so friendly and, like, definitely cautious. So these were stairs leading down from his kennel into, like, the open space, and he had full access to that space, and he would not go down the stairs because I don't think he could understand fully the way that they work, number one. And number two, I think that because he's vision impaired, thanks for the work, Lurk, or just the Lurk, sorry, there was no work mentioned. I think that because if he's counting on using his other senses, right, that to me is he hears and he smells the other cats, but he probably can't figure out where they all are and that they are behind, like, a door, if that makes sense. And I almost feel like he was cautious because he was an outdoor cat, and he unfortunately was used to other cats, like, being all up in his business and bothering him. And so he came right over, and he wanted pets, and he was just a little love bug. So I think that they're both going to be adopted. I mean, look at this. Chat, if I could afford it, Soot would have stayed. 1000%. If I could afford it, every single one who's ever entered into my life would stay. But at the same time, I think about, okay, well, if I had kept Gandalf, then Gandalf's parents wouldn't have had him. And they love him. Like, they adore him. So, like, I wouldn't want to do that. And I know that'll be for these guys, too. I love them so much, though. Alright, evidently, all of my stuff... It's really great when I clean and I put things away, but then I have to remember to get them. It's fine. But yeah, if I could, and if everybody would get along, everybody would stay. Also, Nat, I don't know if you were here. There was a guy who I think you're going to love just as much as I did, because I know how you are with these kinds of cats too. So they have an FIV positive kitty there. He was also a stray that they brought in and neutered. And he has the biggest cheeks I have ever seen in my entire life on a cat. Ever. Like, whatever you're thinking, you're not thinking big enough. Okay? So with that in mind, I want you to think he's all black. He's got a little bit of white. All right, so picture in your mind what this is going to look like. Are we ready? It's just an orb. Round. He's huge. His face. I'd name him Orbeez. He was so sweet too. He came right up to the cage when I said hi, and I got to give him some scritches. And you know, this is when I knew for sure that like I was at the right place, because the lady was like, I just love me an FIV kitty. She's like, they're just so special and so sweet. And I'm like, he looks like he was stung by bees. Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god. They said, and they've said that his cheeks have come down a little bit since he's been neutered. So, and then here's, can I make this picture bigger? No. Well, here's Soot Sprite's intake photos. Hi, Allison. Sleep away. Get cozy. I'd take one in a heartbeat, yeah. Cheeks don't go down. Yeah, they don't go down too much. They do a little bit. Just kind of like, I almost want to say like how people with, you know, menstrual cycles, certain things kind of, they don't go away, but they do swell a little bit and they go down a little bit. It's similar with them. Like, he'll never have like a normal cat face, but the extra hormonal swelling, if you will eventually go down a touch. Who called me? Potential spam. He'll lose half a cup. God damn, he's gonna be in between cup sizes now. Poor guy. Poor man. I'd take one in a heartbeat, yeah. It's honestly, other than like what we're dealing with right now with Maple, after the initial, like, he had a million more health things going on when he first came inside, he's been just like the other cats. Well, I guess not just like, he also gets allergy meds, and he gets, you know, extra vitamins every day. Which probably wouldn't hurt the girls if they took them, but my girls are stinky. Because, like, when Artie was having tummy troubles, I tried giving her the same probiotic chew that Maple scarfs down, and she, like, spit it out. Same thing with Pippin. Like, they're too good for these, like, fish chews, and I'm like, your brother would horf those down. What are you... Let me zoom this in a little more. There we go. But yeah, like, otherwise, other than what we're dealing with right now and the possibility of multiple teeth having to come out, which again, any cat can have that happen. Artemis had to have that happen. FIV has been, and obviously that's not the case for every cat, it's individual. He's just a bit more sensitive, which, you know what? Mood, okay? So, as far as the back trap goes, I have not seen Birch since the trap. I tried to trap him and he was already backing up as the trap was coming down. I've seen Sequoia plenty, and I'm waiting to trap them since I'm still hoping Birch follows them at some point, but I don't know that it's gonna happen. Who knew I end up being a cat lady? I certainly didn't. Two of the, I'm assuming, male cats were screaming at each other the other night. Yep, more than likely. I can show you a video if you want of two males screaming at each other if you'd like to compare it to what you witnessed. I've got plenty of those. He has not come back, no. Nope. See, I've always been an animal person, so it wasn't that I was opposed to cats, it's just that I never had any growing up, so I never really, like... The only cats that I ever got to experience were my friends' cats. And a lot of times that was, like, fleeting glimpses of them, because most of the time cats are wary of strangers, which is fair. I am too. So it's not that I disliked them, and like when we volunteered at the shelter, like I would help out and, you know, absolutely love them. I think it's just different when you get your first one, you know? Like when you experience like having a pet for the first time. Any kind of pet, dogs, cats, hamsters, whatever it is, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I see. A big cat pro? Oh yeah, I love the big cats. When life throws us challenges, we can become a lot of things we never thought. Yeah. I agree. Hi, Dislove. How are you? I'm wearing shorts for like the first time because it's really nice out. My leg just like stuck to my desk chair. Summer problems. Getting ready to book your ticket to go to Sacramento for your niece's first birthday. Sarah, I was actually going to ask. I'll make a note. I normally ask people if they want me to call them by their usernames or by a different name. So I was literally just thinking that. I was like, I should ask them. Okay. And if it ever changes, let me know. I'll change my note. Dad hated cats, so you got Chihiro, and now he loves. Is the reason you have 2 more. He found them and secured their adoptions, yeah. Just a routine one, no complaints. Oh, good. They say dissolve. Oh, no. I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, but is it Disney related? Like Disney? That's what my brain thinks when I see your username, but I could be wrong. I am really bad at usernames too, by the way. So if you're here and you're like, I've been saying your name wrong, and you could be here for years, and you could be like, just tell me. Like, I won't take offense to it. I literally have a command. I'm that bad at usernames. Like, girl, you smart, Disney love. Listen, I love Disney too. I was like, it's either Disney or it's like it's short for something. Like it's a abbreviation. The nat part of mine all the time. So what, they say like nat? Nat. Sarah means princess and I grew up on Disney. Your wedding was Disney themed? Oh, gnats and cat. Got it. That's so cool. James and I are planning to do a vow renewal in 3 years. When it's our 15-year wedding anniversary. Fun little fact. Hang on. Let me just... Okay, he's not in chat yet. It's actually our 15-year dating anniversary in a few days. So I wrote him a note. And I'm kicking myself because it's not going to get to him in time where he's stationed. But it'll still be a nice little surprise for him to see. Because I doubt that he realizes. I didn't even... Like, it took me a minute to be like... Chat, everybody else close their ears. Everyone else. Just James. Hi, James. Fuck you. Okay, everyone else is back. I can't believe that. You ruined everything. I literally checked to see if you were in chat before I said anything. I literally tried to @ you. Hi, Dottie. Anyway. Oh, he's calling me. Hi.
Hi, if it's any consolation, I don't know what's going on.
Oh?
I just came in, I heard you say, I don't think James is in chat. I said, shush. hit enter, and then redeem my thing, and then I went into my room to take my boots off. So I don't know what's going on. I mean, if you want, I can look back on the VODs.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter?
Nothing. Nothing matters.
Oh. I genuinely don't know what you were talking about, so I just know that you didn't want me to hear it, and I was in the other room anyway, so I couldn't hear it. Love you, bye!
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Boop! Anyway. Hang on, I missed what was happening.
Time travel bits. Megano 2 lol.
Thank you for the 100 bits. Calliope, you went to Disney for your honeymoon? That's what James and I did. Also, you're allowed to listen now, James. We were just talking about the fact that we were planning on vow renewals in 15 not in 15 years, at our 15-year wedding anniversary, and that's coming up in 3 years, which is crazy. By the way, that's now 2 different occasions where I was, like, talking about something, and I was like, well, since James isn't here, and then I, like, said stuff, and then he was like, what? The last time was with the cats, where I was like, I'm gonna have a cat give birth in my bathroom, and he's like, you're gonna what? That cat hasn't been back yet, by the way. That's what we did! We did Disney and Universal because that was before J.K. Rowling was a TERF. So we got to enjoy Harry Potter before then. I'm really glad that we didn't spend a bunch of money on robes and stuff. We got wands and we had a great time, but yeah. Oh god, not again. But you know, that's fine. Okay. Ads evidently are playing, which is fine. I'm gonna go pee real quick, and because I didn't do that before stream because I was busy cleaning cat messes. And then we're gonna work on finishing up. We're doing like half the sky that's left on this Pikachu. So, we'll play some words on stream. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you all for sitting through ads. I'll be right back. Oh, words? Oh. Hello? Oh. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Let's find out. Wah, wah, wah. All right. Thank you all for sitting through ads. I appreciate it. So how's everybody else's day going? I've been cleaning cat mess all day. Because long hair cats and litter getting stuck in their fur just happens sometimes. Lots of meetings today. Glad to be here. I'm glad you're here too. You've got like a hair. There we go. Could be better. I feel that. Some bruises. Oh no, but I hope that everything like feels better. You know? Definitely does. Put my shower off till today, so a little heat will help. Ooh, yeah, for sure. I bite their heads off. Oh. Fair. Probably deserved. The timing of that. A car drove by and honked their horn, and my phone vibrated at the same time. James, are you here? Okay, this is your friendly reminder that you have like a handful of videos on Facebook to watch, including the one that I sent today, which is in relation to me asking you that question. Dad just like sent me something on Facebook which reminded me. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta remind James to watch that video. I wondered if like you looked for it, like if you actually went looking. I sure did. Were your classmates like, what are you doing? That anxiety is real. They didn't notice. It was a mandatory fun day video. He was like, hey, you want to see something really fun? Ask a service member or veteran. And I was like, I think that sounds like a great idea, honestly. That'll improve my morning. It did. Look at that little... Oh, okay, little pollen puff. At first I was like, who's the little spiky guy? But I'd missed the big... I still can't believe that I had to wash the temperature blanket today. That was literally its maiden voyage in the washing machine. And I knew it should be fine based on the yarn that I used and all of that. But there's always that moment where you're just like, I'm about to throw in a project that I have spent literal years working on. Please don't be ruined. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I had left a bunch of ends. Purposeful ends, if you will. They were just the joining color, and they were left at the corners where I could use them to, like, slip, or to, whip stitch, rather, all the joins going in one direction. And then the plan is to slip stitch all the joins going in the other direction. And so all of the loose ends that were left for a specific purpose, they were not left behind for any other reason, are now, like, I maybe have like 30 left. So I was so close to being done with that, and then I just have the slip stitches to do. And I've already done some of them, but I decided originally what I was doing was I was doing both at the same time. So I would like pick my hook up and put it down and weave in the ends, and pick my hook up and put it down and weave, and I realized that was taking more time, like constantly switching between what I was doing. So I was like, let me just use all the ends that are here and weave them in with their intended purpose of like strengthening the side to side. And then I'll just do the slip stitches like top to bottom. So there's probably like, I don't know, say that there's 40 rows. There's probably like 5 to 10 rows already done. So, of the slip stitching, that is.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hi, Cece! Hello, friend. How are you? How was your stream? What were you working on today? Hi, Half to Happy. Your back cooperated? Oh no, has your back been bothering you? That sucks if it has. I'm really sorry. I'm glad that it was cooperating, though. Worked on birthday socks and tiny spindle spinning. You slept weird the other day. Pissed off a muscle. I did the same thing. I did the same thing, but it was in my neck, and for like a day I was doing this if I had to turn left. Like, there was no actual left turn happening. It's great, huh? Yeah, I've done that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. We are just doing some diamond dotting today. I also disassembled, added more pages, and reassembled a scrapbook at the beginning of chat. So, you know, just normal crafty things. Here is your raid star. Thank you so much for bringing your community over. If you need to raid and run, do any post-stream self-care, anything like that, please make sure that you do. You're welcome, of course, to hang out and chat or lurk. Always appreciate having you here. Trying to think of like anything else that's going on. What's going on with all of you guys? Any of you crafting? Are you gaming? If you're working, what are you looking forward to doing later? Working. Gotcha. Leaving work early for an appointment, hoping to practice your flute. Ooh, that's fun. I have not practiced the only musical instrument that I own in it's a long time. I was never good at reading music. It's not something that comes naturally to me. Like, I basically memorize stuff. I'd have to, like, do, like, the whole every good boy deserves, fun, you know? Like, I'd literally have to do that on, like, all the notes. Or I'd have to, like, write it down. Like, if the notes were written down, I could just play. It was just a problem of, like, comprehending where they were on the scale and what thing to push. I played piano growing up, so. And I never got better at that. Instead, I just memorized more. Or again, like when I got a guitar and I took up that, like, and I had like lessons and stuff, I would just write down what I had to play. I didn't care at that point. I was older. for a meeting. No worries. We'll be here. I hope that it's a quick meeting. Yeah, that was the issue, was that, like, in school, I would always get in trouble because, like, I couldn't read the music. I played violin, in, like, middle school, because I think, like, we all had to take an instrument, or, like, do choir, and I had already been doing choir, and so I was like, I want to learn how to play an instrument. I'll do the violin, and I would practice and everything, and I just never got better at reading music, and they'd be like, why aren't you practicing? And I'm like, it doesn't sound like I haven't been practicing, right? Like, it no longer sounds screechy and stuff like that. I'm like, I just can't read it. I don't know why. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why my brain just didn't work like that. Didn't have rehearsal the last few weeks. Need to practice, yeah. Never learned to read music, yeah. Never wanted to practice the instrument. It's not my thing. I think that it's really cool to play an instrument, and I would love to have been good at it. My hands were not good for piano. Like, if you look at them, I do not have a wide spread on my hands. So, like, playing it, like, my fingers are short. They're short, and they're not, like, I could not reach everything well. Even guitar, which is the instrument that I own, to this day, even that, like, it can be hard to hit, like, certain notes where, like, you have to have fingers up here and then fingers down there, and I'm like, I don't think that it's like being a certain height, you know? I don't think that I can just, like, stretch them. Like, obviously, just like with dance, you can do certain stretches and things, but, like, you can't grow taller, you know? You can't stretch your hands to be bigger. You can increase flexibility, but, like, some things like that click for people and don't for others, yeah. Like, my brother can play several different things, and read music, and he's also really good at languages, both learning them, hearing them, speaking them, reading them. I also was not good at that. But I can read and write crochet patterns. Like, it's different kinds of creativity, I guess. Always wanted to try piano or bass. Short fingers don't work well. No, they don't. And, like, I don't even think that they're that short, but, like, they are short. They're not... You have the tiniest hands. Yeah. It's a pain in the ass to, like, try, and it's something that I wish that, like, I had long, beautiful hand. Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing to, like, think.
I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh. Ugh.
Raccoon! Thank you for the resub! Tiny hands to everyone else, yeah. I ran out of green paper stars, and since the month is, like, over, I'm like, I'll just cut them as I need them. So, definitely different types of creativity, yeah. We have different areas where we succeed. True. We do. I thought that stuck down. It's always, like, frustrating when you're told, either directly or indirectly, that, like, you're not good at something. because it feels like, well, no, it's not that you're not good. It's just that, like, it might not come as easily, you know? Okay. Isn't that, like, such a strange thing to be, like, self-conscious about? Your fingers. For instrument purposes, calm down. Okay. Thank you so much again for the resub. I hope that you enjoy your emotes and your ad-free viewing and your ability to scream, of course. Anyone can learn anything if taught the right way? Yes. Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. I think where it becomes hard is when you're in, like, a school setting, right? When you're in a place where everyone has to learn the same way or it's only being taught one way. And so if that way doesn't work for you, you're automatically just, like, not measuring up, and that can kind of kill the love of something. Because if you're, like, trying your best, but your best isn't good enough because it's different than, like, you know, the way that it's being taught, that's hard. And that's in anything, whether it's art, music, sports, like, classes, you know, science, math, English, any of it. It can be so hard if you learn differently. Like, some people, for instance, are visual learners, some are auditory, some are written. And if you are a visual learner and all you're given is written instructions, it can be really hard. Like, I am a visual, hands-on learner. Show me, teach me. Like, if you walk me through it, done. But if you, like, if you're telling me where to, like, click something on my computer, and I'm in, like, a place that I've never been or a program I don't know, I'll get frustrated quick if it's just being told to me auditory-wise. Like, if I can't see it. I don't think that it's necessarily the teachers. I think that, again, you're trying to teach in a way that works for everyone, and you're not going to be able to teach in a way that works for everyone. So you're trying to teach in the way that works for most. And that's hard, you know? Like, if you are in a smaller environment or you have less students, then you should be able to, like, customize, you know, your teaching approach a little bit differently. And be flexible. But obviously, if you've got a class of, like, 20 kids, you're gonna do, you know, and 20 kids is probably small. There's probably a lot more in certain classes, but yeah. And that's also similarly, having the right teacher can really change how you feel about a certain subject. Having a bad teacher can do that too. Like, I know I've mentioned this before. When I started college, I was an elementary ed English double major, because if you were an education major, you had to double major. And English, I always loved writing. Loved it. And so I took a creative writing class, and my creative writing teacher was the worst. Okay, creative writing, in the name, it's creative. It is, like, it's a hard thing to grade to me. Like, yeah, okay, you can grade based on, you know, punctuation and proper grammar and things like that, but this teacher would like tear apart stuff, and it literally killed my love of writing, and I just stopped and I changed my major after that class because I was like, nope, like if this is what it's like at the college level, I don't want it. And it was just one bad teacher, but it ruined it. And she was like that with everyone. Like, no one liked her class. Yeah, it took a while. I eventually got back into writing. I need to keep doing it, you know? It's like in my Finch reminders, like to write every day. I haven't done it in months. Probably since James left. And I should take the time to like do things like that. But I'm glad to. And like, it's funny because some teachers you look back on, like, you really didn't like them, and then you look back and you're like, oh, actually, their class was really good. I was just a kid and didn't understand. Like, I had one teacher in middle school who that class, like our team, so our middle school was like, we had teams, right? You know, like team A, B, C, and D or whatever. And like we would have like a group of classes with like teachers. I don't know why it was done like that, but that's how it was done. Anyway, we were the only group of kids that learned Shakespeare in middle school. Like, most people didn't learn it until high school. And I remember hating that because I was like, this is miserable. This is difficult. I hate it. It's stupid. Why are we doing this? We're the only ones. I got to high school And me and the other kids that had that teacher were like the only, not the only, but we were set up so much better to succeed in high school. And it was one of those things where we were like, oh. He wasn't doing it to be a jerk. Like, as a middle schooler, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is stupid. I don't understand this. What do you mean? What are they talking about? I don't know. And then, because we learned how, and like, it all, you know, made sense eventually, then we got to high school and we were like, oh. I see. It all makes sense now. I only took one honors English course. My balls! That teacher didn't teach us anything. He was the girls' soccer coach. Spent most of the class. Oh my god. I hated those teachers. Like the ones who... Oh god. No! I did it again! I'm not even gonna catch this damn thing. Anyway. I always hated the teachers who you could tell that, like, sports were their first priority. And, like, the class was whatever. You know, like, their focus was always on the teams and winning and, you know, whatever. Like, I had a math teacher who was like that in high school. And, like, they were always buddy-buddy with, like, their, you know, fill-in-the-blank sport team. Like, those kids would come into class and they'd, like, light up. And they'd, you know, spend, like, the class talking with them. And you're like... She had no trouble. It's almost like sometimes we're expected to be able to, you know, they expect, I guess it's like the gender role thing. Like, guys are just like all the sports. But, like, the female teachers had to be able to do both. Had to be able to do it all. Now, obviously, you all know I use these terms very loosely. Because it's not really... It's like stereotypical gendered stuff that I'm talking about. Not actual gendered things. Just the whole, oh, girls are supposed to be nurturing and blah blah blah. Societal expectations. To those. See, I didn't even catch that Pokemon after having to type like 6 times in chat because I missed, like, my fingers weren't lined up on my keyboard right. I knew it. I knew it was a waste of my time. Morning, Emily. Small school, yeah. Or coaches could... Oh, yeah. Most of the time, it wasn't an issue. But I feel like every school had at least one of those teachers, if that makes sense. Like, I had other teachers who were, you know... Like, my history teacher was one of the best teachers I ever had. And he was also the boys' soccer coach. No issues, you know? But, like, there's... I feel like at least one teacher can't do both. And there's always at least one of them. How are you, Emily? Still sore after the weekend, but getting there? I'm sorry. I know that you had a good time, though. So, I hope that the enjoyment of, you know, getting to celebrate helps a little bit, you know? Oh, gosh. Fingers crossed. Oh, welcome back! It's nice to see you. hate when, like, the little plastic, when I cut it, is, like, partially on a letter. So you gotta kind of peel it back so that it sticks down all the way. I think that's all of those. I grew up in Little Vermont. Combined high school and middle school only had 2 gym teachers for all 6 grades. Both of them were the only school tram. Oh gosh. Never really thought of it being an issue. Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting how, like, experiences, schools, like class sizes, all of that. Because James went to private school. He went to, like, Catholic school, I should say. So I'm sure his experience was also vastly different. All my other teachers didn't really do anything else. Just my English teacher did the theater. That's interesting. Hello? Why aren't you fitting? Oh my god. Dramatic. Dramatic little dot. So earlier, I saw a new pattern posted by a designer that I really like. And I happen to know that Mrs. Gluon also really likes these patterns. And so I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. And I sent her to her and she was like, oh my gosh, I need you to make me one of those and one of the other ones, the other pattern that she really likes. She's like, I will commission you to do it. And so now I'm like, oh darn, because I sent it to her. I was like, I don't need to buy another pattern. I don't need to buy another pattern. I really want to buy another pattern. And I was like, well, I guess now I have to buy it if I'm going to get a commission for it, right? And she was like, you do, actually. But I know that she'll actually, like, commission me for it. She's not just saying that so that I can buy the pattern. But do you guys want to see it? It's so freaking cute. You'll all be in danger. I believe at my high school, you could only be the coach of some sort if they were also a teacher. Yes. Yeah, I feel like it was the same. All right. Chat. Why, yes. That is a cat riding a dragon with a tiny saddle. Usually history or health for some reason. Yeah. Look at, and then you can remove the saddle. I can take it on. I may also need to commission one done. Oh look, I have to be at the pattern now. I've got 2 commissions. And then this is the other one. This is the same designer. I love it. Yes. Look at their little bags and look at the little face. Here, wait, I'll grab a link for you guys. Here you go. And then if you click on their shop, you can find the other one as well. So I'm like, well, I guess I have to get them. Darn. Darn. Drat. Whatever shall I do? I don't know how it would look in yarn that isn't blanket yarn, though. Or like the fuzzy yarn. But yeah, they just posted the saddle, the first one I showed you, on their Instagram, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, I have to text Mrs. Gluon right away. I think so too, yeah. I'm not sure how, like, the cat will look. That's my only question. I'm sure it would all be fine. I'm gonna find out. I don't really have room to be making giant things. Hell, I don't even have room to be making, like, small things. I gotta, like, I don't know, pare down my collection a little bit. Start making things in crochet thread only. Sorry, eyes. Sorry, hands. In order to be able to keep all the things. Oh my god, wait, but making one of those dragons with a little cat rider in crochet thread and taking them places to take pictures with them? Wait, that would be so cute! Wait! Imagine just, like, posing them like they're, like, it's a little borrower. A little... Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Hands, for what's about to befall you. But I think I have to make that happen. Also, it's ad time, so we're going to take a quick stretch, get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, stand up and take a stretch break. I'm going to go check on the cats because none of them have bothered me today. And I don't know if it's just because Pippin's, like, mad at me that I had to, like, trim her fur and I did her nails, so I don't know. I'm gonna go check, though, and see what they're doing. And then we're gonna finish this little section, and I'll probably wrap up early because my brother and I are gonna hang out tonight. We're gonna, like, play some video games together. And it's garbage night, so I gotta take garbage out, so yeah. It might not be a full stream, but we'll figure it out. I'll be right back.
Hey,
Alrighty. I have sent a very quick little email, so thank you for your patience. Also, hi Crochet Geek, how are you? Welcome in. I am hanging in there. It's a nice day out, the sun is shining. It may have been chaotic inside, but you know, we do love a good sunshiny day. I read that as why. I'm doing good. Why? Nachos. Empanadas. Back to you. Nachos are a great reason to be good. Oh, true, yes. I would agree with that. Quesadilla! I have not seen your text. James, you don't need that much. How many are you making? When we were talking about nachos in chat the other day, both of us were like, damn, I really want nachos now. And I was honestly tempted to go to the store, and then I was like, I'll just go tomorrow morning, aka today, and then that didn't happen either. So don't make that many nachos tonight. Okay? Take a Lactaid too. Or don't. You're not home. Blow up your stomach. Not my problem. You better be flying half of those nachos first class to you. Make all of them tonight. You're gonna have a bad day tomorrow if you do. You're gonna have a bad night tonight and a bad day tomorrow. Anyone would. And you'd be so thirsty. Now I want nachos. This was what happened yesterday. I don't even know how we started talking about nachos, but we did, and I was like, dang it. Okay, I literally, like, just changed the wax on this. Could you work? Thank you. My goodness. It is Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Elf, I should have sent you and Saren the video I sent James this morning. He didn't watch it. I just asked him the question. turned 80. Aw, happy birthday. I'm off the cooking hook. Nice. Snack Phoebe. Aw. I can't believe that she's eating purees now. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but like... Dang. I don't know if Saren called it the same thing, so... But hang on, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you right now. Saren's gonna be like, why are you sending me stuff, like, while you're live? Where are you? Are we only in that group chat together? Wait. Are we not Facebook friends? Wait! I think we were only in that group chat together. I went to look and send it to you. And I'm like, why don't I see you in my... Whoopsie. Hold on, okay. There you go. I was able to send it. I had to like... Thanks, Facebook memories. Back in our apartment. You watch the video? Yes, I see them. I saw that you said I learned the dark magic, and yeah. How dare you? I mean, it's sort of your fault. Now watch the other few things that I've sent you there over the last several months that you didn't have it. There we go, he is. Very good. Buggled. Say, I'm like rarely on Facebook now. Normally when I log in, it's like I clear the notifications. See like the first thing on my feed. Normally I have to clear a video notification too because there's like a little video tab at the bottom, and that's usually like a mandatory fun day or Smosh or something, and I normally end up watching it, and then I close the app because I'm like, can't deal with the dumpster fire. Like, I've started checking Nextdoor a little bit when I've been like trapping all the cats and doing all of that because I want to see if anybody is like, my cat is missing.
People.
You know? Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And I quickly realized that the people that I live near are not the kind of people that I want to associate with, like, ever. And I'm like, no, I need to just, like, I wish that there was a way of just checking, like, the pet stuff on that page. Because, like, I feel like I'm subscribed to emails to only get, like, lost missing pet, like, notifications, because I just don't care about anything else. But there are times where I'm just like, wow, this whole app is trash. Yikes. I hate when you realize that you missed, like, one dot. Hi, Tigress! That you're the 50 stream streak. And even though, you know, these streaks exist, there's no such thing as late. Even if Twitch wants to be like, you missed a stream. Nah. I appreciate you coming in, regardless. Anytime. I think it would be fun if, like, there was an option to just have, like, the watch streak be, like, how many you've watched, even if you've skipped one or two. So it's like, I've watched Megan's stream. I guess it wouldn't be in a row then. Whatever. I think that would be more fun. I've watched, like, 10. I've watched 20. I don't know. You're suggested on my browse page, and the vibe here seems so chill. Can I ask where you get your diamond kits from? Well, hi! First of all, thank you so much for checking out, like, your, like, suggested page. I feel like so infrequently people do that, and it means a lot to us, like, people on Twitch when you do that. So thanks! Welcome in! I have a couple of different diamond kits. A lot of them I got over the years. Like, this was back in the day. This was an Amazon purchase. Some are gifts, like my mom got me a couple, also off of Amazon. And then I've started mistakenly gotten some Diamond Art kits. Some Diamond Art Club kits, which are huge. I should just make that clip a command, honestly. Hi, Pippin! I was just talking about you. Hi, baby. Come here. Do you forgive me for having to clean you earlier? Come here. Hi. You want to come up? Come on up. I'll pet you. But yeah, I have a couple of Diamond Art Club kits, which are huge. I wonder if I can quickly find that clip. I feel like I don't have a ton of them. So, I have no idea how she did this. Like, genuinely. I don't know if it was like... Oh, I found the clip. Here you go. This is one of my next kits I'm working on. So I sent this picture to James because I was like, I don't even know. This area here, right? Like, had, like, pee-smelling cat litter stuck to her fur. And then everywhere that she went had little crumbles of pee-smelling cat litter. And everywhere she went and sat, so like the top of the cat tree, her cat bed in the living room, she jumped on our bed, laid down in a few spots, which means that I had to wash everything on my bed. I have no idea. So I had to I checked her feet to see if she had like litter, like in her paw pads. Cause I was like, maybe she like stepped, I don't know. But no, it was just like on like her lower tummy. So I don't know if she it was a low squat or, this morning I dropped her wet food. I was carrying her bowl in and it slipped and it fell and wet food went everywhere. And she was still quite happy to sit and eat the wet food off the floor. She didn't care. It's still wet food. The only thing I could think of is maybe like it was still slightly wet on her. Like maybe she accidentally sat and got some of like that cat food on her. And then like she went and peed and maybe that's how, I don't know. I'm not really, because like if she buried afterwards or even beforehand and like kicked litter up on herself, that's the only thing I can think of. So yeah, I spent all morning vacuuming and spraying things with Nature's Miracle and putting things in the wash, and it was just it's the whole thing. Now that is big, yeah. I love checking out the browse page for new people to support for sure. I love that. I really do. It's huge. I had no idea. Like, obviously the website mentions how big it is. So it was right there, and I read it. I just don't think that I comprehended how big it was until that moment. And then I saw it, and I was like, what if I own 3 of those kits. Not the same one, obviously, but 3 different ones. And I'm like, what? I'm going to need to buy a whole other house to display these in. What am I doing? So... Dimensions in text mean next to nothing. No, you're right. And I should have grabbed a tape measure. And like measured it. But I didn't. I just bought it. Because I've done diamond dots before and I knew it was going to be big. And I've seen people do these kits before, but I've never seen anyone like hold it up to them before. Like when Saren has done those kits, I've only seen them on her workstation. And like I'll see her hand and I'm like, yeah, that's not terrible. Yes, banana for scale in the future, please. Okay? I should contact the company and ask them to just put a banana in one of their pictures. This picture is 10 cans tall. There was a period of time where, like, I was trying to explain to Maple's, like, Instagram, TikTok followers, the different height of each of the cats, because Artie is small. Artemis is very small, and I feel like people don't realize that until you see them next to each other, but Maple couldn't be next to Artemis because they didn't like each other. That's a terrible squeaking sound. And obviously you guys have seen Artie next to Pippin, and you know that Artemis is small. So I did the only thing I could think to do, because I was like, okay, I didn't have a bottle of soda, like a 2-liter, you know, because that's something that other people have seen. I grabbed a roll of paper towels, and I put the paper towels next to each cat to show where on a roll of paper towels they came up to. Because again, everyone knows what paper towels are like. They know what that size is. So when I'm like, see how little she is on a roll of paper towels, and then you see how tall Maple is, like she's, and it, yeah. There was a bonus. Patch was in that video too, and he towered over everyone. That was fun. Aw, Pommy. Cutie. I like that she wanted to be in the room with me, but she also was like, I'm still mad at you for all the stuff you did to me today, and I don't want to be close to you. Look at her. She's just a baby. All the floof, I know. She's also left me a number of whiskers lately that I've added to my collection. One of them was the longest one that I've ever had from her. This one I just found, actually, right when I was getting ready to start stream. Oh no. Oh no. Fell into this little thing. Come here. Look at this guy. This one's not that long for her, honestly. This is one of her short whiskers. Like, I'm just gonna keep throwing it around, evidently. Oh my god. Come back, Whisker. I'll get it in a minute. Let me finish these dots before I spill them everywhere. Stream muted. I was like, why isn't Megan talking? I hate when that happens. Or when you're watching on like mobile and it just crashes and you're like, man, it got really quiet. And then you look and you're like, oh. Oops. Thanks, Twitch. Da 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 da. All that's left is this little bit here, and then Pikachu. I saved Pikachu for the end because I wanted to do them last. It's so close! It came with like a diamond dot thing. It's just like a little It's just a little roller and you can like push all your drills down. I don't know where I got it, but you leave the best parts for the end too. A lot of the ones that I've done in the past, like there wasn't really like a best part, if that makes sense. Like this one I've got framed. I need to get frames for some other ones. But like this one is just like that's the whole thing is good. The whole thing is cute. There's no best part. But like Pikachu here, I'm like, nah. Pikachu's last. Pikachu's last. Easy enough to decide. And then when I like do the dots themselves, I normally start with like whatever has the most. Pippin, come here. And then I'll like save either like favorite colors or whatever for that. Come here. Come here. Hi. Did you have a rough morning? Come here. Ugh. You say hello to everyone. Say hi, I'm Pippin. It's a floofy baby. I was mad at Mom because she clipped my nails and trimmed my floof. Yeah. You were mad at me? Okay. Hi. You don't have to be mad at me. I still love you even if you got stinky mess everywhere. It happens, okay? It happens. No need to be embarrassed. I would try and adjust my camera. Oh. Hi, Floofy Pants. Hi, Floofy Pants. Oh, we want to play? Well, girl, I can do that. Hang on. Wait, I got you. Let's go fishing. I caught one! Actually, this is great timing. We can do a giveaway real quick. If you haven't been here for one of these, at some point in stream, I try to remember to do a giveaway. And whoever wins gets to vote on what craft we do on Friday. So this week's votes include embroidery, knitting, latch hook, cross stitch, and playing a game. So if you do ! ticket, you will be entered. And please enjoy this Pippin moment. Brought to you by Pippin. Hang on, make this bigger. Oh, well. It got your booty. Oh my gosh. It got your booty. I'm glad that you have forgiven me. I mean, she got Squeeze Treat for letting me do what I needed to do. It wasn't, you know, all bad, but according to her, it was. According to her, it was. So tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't know what I'm going to work on. Does anyone have any requests? We could maybe do some cross stitch or some more crochet. I know we haven't done that in a while, and I only did like one day this week so far. We could work on that new pattern that I just showed you guys. The one that I have to buy, James, because Mrs. Gluon wants me to make them for her. So, he's not even listening, nor does he care. Yes, new pattern, please. Okay. I'm not buying more yarn. I'm just buying more patterns. I have so... You know what else I want to do at some point? I mean, I don't know if I really want to. But I have, like, over 400 patterns on my phone. Some of them are the same pattern, but it's multiple steps, right? Like, this is part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever. Like, I've got several of those. Yeah, according to my phone, I have over 400 PDFs. Shh. So it would be kind of fun to just be like, pick a random number, and whatever number that is the one that I have to do. Yeah, like, I'm looking right here, and I technically have 2 of the same, like, these 2 right here are the same, pattern. It's just that one is color, and one is black and white. So, like, I don't actually have that many, if that makes sense. There's, like, cat fur on my mouth now, because she was on my lap. Either that, or if like, say it's like, you got number 50, and I look at it, and I'm like, wow, actually, I hate that pattern. Then I have to uninstall, like, I delete the pattern. And we pick another number, you know? Because that's a way to declutter. Either make the damn thing. You know, I have patterns in here that I have, like, marked as finished because I've made them, but they don't go into, like, their own folder, which is kind of a bummer, because, like, that would also change how many I have. If, like, the ones that I've actually done aren't in my thing anymore, or are in their own separate one. It's over here. Oh my gosh. It is. It's a good way to clean up. Like, I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 patterns are all from that temperature cross stitch that I started and didn't finish, because it's, like, divided up into, like, a couple of rows per pattern. So, like, that's not really 9 patterns. It's 1 pattern in 9 parts. I don't even know where the notebook went that I kept all the temperature stuff logged for that year. Every time that I've done some kind of temperature project, something has happened that made me stop it. The potion bottle was the year I got vertigo and I couldn't cross stitch. Because, like, I couldn't sit like this. So, you know. Maybe what I'll do is I could go through my patterns and I could, like, add everything that's, like, an actual project into one folder. And, like, if I finished it, it won't go into that folder, if that makes sense. So that way, we can just, like, pull from the folder. Plus, like, again, this, for instance, this blanket pattern is in, like, a million parts. See, like, that's a lot of PDFs. And it's all just, like, one pattern. It's all just different squares. So maybe we can figure out how to, like, I don't know, just pick like one of them into the random generated list, if you will. And that way I can like remove the ones that I've already done. I think that would work. All right. You can combine PDFs in Canva. You might be able to, probably. Last call to enter the ticket giveaway. We're gonna pull this here. Exclamation point ticket. If you would like to enter. Oh yeah, see, it shows that I have 95 finished out of that. So it's really closer to 300 patterns then that I have to do. Or not even 300 patterns, 300 PDFs that, because again, okay, if I take away the fact that there's 9 for that one and there's 6 for the other and there's like, it shrinks it down. All right. Winner. Sarah. You're the winner. What shall I put your points towards? 2 weeks in a row. Hell yeah. A? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm like, what should I put your points to? I don't know, Megan. I can't freaking see. Embroidery? Okay. All right. That is going to do it for us today. I said earlier, I'm going to wrap up just a tiny bit early. I got to take all the garbage out. And then my brother and I are going to hang out and play some video games tonight. So I want to make sure that I get all of that done beforehand. But I'll be back tomorrow at 3 Eastern. It's currently 5:45 my time. So if you enjoyed this, I hope to see you guys tomorrow. We'll be doing some other kinds of crafts. Something, right? Heck, maybe we'll do this pick a random PDF. I don't know. I have ADHD. Sometimes I have a plan and sometimes I just make it up as I go. Right, Pippin? Right? Sometimes we just make it up as we go. Alright. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your time zone. Remember to eat something tasty. Yeah, sometimes we are just chasing the dopamine. For real. To drink some water, to take any meds that you have to take, to be kind to yourself and other people. Remember, you are loved. I will see you all tomorrow. Just kidding. Tomorrow we're going to work on this new pattern I'm going to buy. We're going to make one for myself. Because I need to see how big it is. I need to see how long it takes. And that way I can give an estimate for a commission. So just kidding. New pattern tomorrow. Hooray! Bye.